Hello, I'm John Cunningham. I'm going to be doing Baby from Mojo, which is on at the moment. Alright. I was about 9, well, a bit younger, and my dad tells me we're going on a drive to the country for the day. He's got this half share in this cafe at the time, and it was doing really badly. So, he was always really busy, working day and night. So, this was totally out of the blue. So, I got in his van with him, we drive off, and I noticed that in the front of the van, there's this bag of sharp knives, and a saw, and a big meat cleaver. And I thought, this is it. He's going to kill me. He's going to take me off and kill me once and for all. And I sat there, in silence, all the way to Wales. Because I knew that day I was about to die. So, we drive till it goes dark. Dad pulls the van to this field. He switches off the lights, and we sit there in silence. And there's all these cows in the field watching us. And suddenly, Dad slams his foot down around this fucking great cow, clean over the top of the van. Tears off the bonnet, makes a great dent in the top. But it was dead all right. See, we'd gone all the way to Wales to rustle us a cow. For the calf. Now, dead cow weighs half a ton. So, you've got to cut it up there and there. And I was so relieved. I had tears in my eyes. And we hacked that cow to pieces. Sawing, chopping, ripping, with all the other cows standing around in the dark, watching. Then, when we were finished, we got back in the cab and drove back to town. Covered in blood. At the end.
Okay, John, how did you think that went for you?
Not very well. I was holding in a cough the whole time. Very funny.
Okay, so you're very breathy.
Yeah.
He was very breathy. So just tell me a little bit about your voice. From your perspective, how did you think you did?
Not great. Usually the accent's a lot more over the top than that, but yeah, I'm just still using terrible excuses.
Have you got a cold or something? Have you got?
Oh yeah, I had a fever over the weekend and I've still got a bit of a chest infection.
Okay. What about your expressions? Do you think you connected to the text?
I think I came off pretty loopy. Yeah.
Anything in particular stood out for you? Moments where you really felt like you were getting that character exactly, or moments that you didn't?
I think my voice went quiet a few times. I suppose him being breathy kind of makes sense, because in the play he's just gone and killed a man with a samurai sword. But, yeah, I don't know. Oh, at the end, yeah, when he says covered in blood, I used to do that a lot better. Don't know where that's gone now. It used to be really slow.
So if you were going to do it again, you'd do that bit differently, would you?
Probably. I'd still end with that weird grin afterwards, though. So, yeah, it just suits the wrong reason. For me, at least.
Did you think you did anything well?
Ooh, gee. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I can't really say until I've watched it what's really wrong with things. I can think things I might have done, but for all I know, it was completely different to life.
Right. There were moments where it was excellent, but equally there were moments where I just didn't feel you were really connecting to what the character was saying. It just became a little bit monotonous. It was very breathy, and clarity was, I felt, quite poor in moments. But equally, there were moments where, when you're describing cutting up the cow, really, it was quite spine-chillingly good at that point. So it's just quite a jarring experience watching it. I think you need to tell the story more, in the sense of share it more, less being a little bit too blasé about it. Tell us more. Yeah? Because why are you telling the story to Silver Johnny?
I don't know, because his father's just died and he's thinking about him, I guess.
His father's just died and he's thinking about him?
Yeah.
Johnny at this point has hung up, isn't he? He's changed.
Yeah, he's upside down.
Okay, so do you think he's trying to do anything to get a reaction from Johnny?
Well, yeah, I wondered that, but then it kind of just seems like he's kind of just drifting off, because once he's finished saying that, he starts speaking to him, and that bit seems like he's trying to intimidate him.
Mm-hmm.
The actual speech just seems a bit like he's almost drunk and he's, rambling on.
I mean, it's pretty, in the sense that from Johnny's perspective, he's hung up in the air by a man who's now talking about going out to a field and being murdered, but instead chopping up a cow and enjoying chopping up the cow.
Mm.
And there's some sort of, sick involvement in that. So I think you need to just tell it more, just get across what you want to say to this character more. You need to work with clarity. It needs to be more. Separate your jaw more. Yeah? You need to get less like this, a little bit more. If you want to do him good clenched teeth, you need to make sure your articulation is even better between clenched teeth, because otherwise it's really hard to follow what you're saying.
Right.
Great facial expressions. And jamming the moment when you you had that moment of contrast with, putting your foot on the brake. Your father jammed the brake. It was really good. Something, kicked up a gear. And it's very believable. But we're going to do it again. Only a section of it. I need to really think about your clarity and your diction.
It would be better, I should point out. I'm just holding in like coughs and sniffles all the time. It's just a bit gross.
Have another go. And this time take the time more and think about articulation. Think about really scaring the person in front of you. Not scaring. It's making them unsettled.
Okay.
Okay?
Just gonna get some. I was about 9, bit younger, and my dad tells me we're going on a drive to the country for the day. He's got this half share in this cafe at the time, and it was doing really badly. So, he was always really busy, working day and night. So, this was totally out of the blue. So I got in his van with him, and we drive off. And I noticed that in the front, there's this bag of sharp knives. And a saw, and a big meat cleaver. And I thought, this is it. He's going to kill me. He's going to take me off and kill me once and for all. And I sat there in silence all the way to Wales. Because I knew that day I was about to die. So, we drive till it goes dark and Dad pulls the van into this field. And he switches off the lights and we sit there in silence. And there's all these cows in the field watching us. Then suddenly Dad slams his foot down and we ram this fucking great cow clean over the top of the van, and it tears off the bonnet and makes a great dent in the top. But it was dead alright. See, we'd gone all the way to Wales to rustle us a cow. for the cat. Now, dead cow weighs half a ton. So, you've got to cut it up there and then. And I was so relieved. I had tears in my eyes. And we hacked that cow to pieces. Sawing, chopping, ripping. With all the other cows standing around in the dark. Watching. Then, when we were finished, we got back in the cab and drove back to town. Covered in blood.
Okay, how has that gone?
I don't know, it almost felt worse.
Huh?
It almost felt kind of worse, to be honest.
Did it felt like it worked?
Yeah, no, worse.
Worse?
Like,
Oh, okay. Why would you feel like it went worse?
Just did. I was getting those hunches sometimes. My voice was clearer, I think. It was louder, yeah.
Your things I asked you to work on,
Yeah.
you worked on. Do you think you might have sacrificed pace a little bit?
Yeah, just a tad.
Okay. Feedback from the group?
What is it? What is the genre of it? Like,
It's like crime comedy, you know, like something Guy Ritchie or Tarantino would do.
okay, that makes sense then, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when I saw the first one, I was like, it's a bit kind of, like, kind of, you're using the expressions a lot, but it seems like they're very sharp. Whereas it seemed more realistic then, but I mean, it kind of had a different feel. I kind of had more, like you were really kind of almost upset a little bit in the second one. I don't know if that was what you were going for or not. The only thing I'd say, I'd pulled, when you say die, not the cow bit, the bit when you say,
I was about to die.
yeah, I'd probably maybe pause for longer, or say like die, or something like that, maybe a bit bigger. That's the only real thing.
Okay.
So, maybe do.
I thought the clarity was better in the second one, definitely.
Yeah.
You just hear more. Last time was just sort of very last time was better.
I think the second one was better because even though in both pieces you create imagery with the cow and the chopping and everything like that, the first one was a bit rhythmic, so you kind of going da, 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 da. But in that you kind of paused a bit more and you kind of understood the words more, so it was less of that.
Right.
I think the second one was definitely better. I think you better clarity, better tone, more impact. It felt like your characters really had an understanding of being slightly unhinged, and Baby is slightly unhinged. He really is.
Yeah.
And I think you played that exactly. Changing the rhythm of things, having a moment where sun breaks and then coming in and then breathing, and I just thought you kind of got that character a lot better in the second piece, and it just needed the clarity. You did sacrifice pace a little bit for clarity, but better that than the other way around. Better that we understand you.
Yeah.
We wish you go faster, and then we wish you slow down. We don't understand you.
Okay.
Okay, good. Well done.
Thank you.
Good job.